There is a whisper that follows a soul from birth, a whisper that grows louder when the world turns its back, when the road bends too sharply, when the shadows stretch longer than the day. It is the whisper of triumph, the voice of victory, the quiet but unwavering truth that you were not made for defeat. You were not stitched together with frailty, nor carved from fear. No, you were molded with purpose, shaped with power, and placed here with a destiny that cannot be undone. To live in victory is not to merely exist, not to wander through life with shoulders stooped and spirit weary. No, to live in victory is to walk in certainty, to rise when the night is darkest, to stand unshaken when the storm rages. But how does one grasp victory when the world seems built on loss? How does one claim a crown when the weight of suffering presses down? That, my dear listener, is the story that must be told. That is the truth waiting to be revealed. Stay with me now. Let me take you to the place where chains are broken and victory is not just a word, but a way of life. The world has a way of telling you that you are not enough. It has a way of counting your failures before your victories, of measuring you by what you lack rather than what you carry within. It will point to the wounds on your back, the stumbles in your walk, the cracks in your foundation, and whisper, "You will never make it." But there is a voice stronger than the world's doubt, a voice that speaks when all else falls silent. It says, "You were made for more." From the moment you took your first breath, you were marked for triumph, not because life would be easy, but because your spirit was forged in something greater than struggle. Look at the birds that take to the sky. Do they question the air beneath their wings? Look at the river that carves through stone. Does it beg permission to flow? No, they move as they were made to move. They rise because rising is in their design. And so it is with you. But victory does not come without battle. The road to triumph is lined with trials, steeped in hardship and paved with the stones of past mistakes. There will be days when the weight is too heavy, when the light is too dim, when the enemy of your soul whispers that you are alone. But you must know this: you were not left defenseless. You were not sent into this life empty-handed. No, you were armed with strength beyond measure, given weapons that no darkness can withstand. The fire inside you was never meant to be extinguished. There are those who have walked through fire before you, whose feet have touched the coals of sorrow, whose hands have carried burdens too great to bear, yet they endured. They did not crumble, they did not fall to ruin, for victory was written into their being. And if they could rise, so can you. If they could stand, so will you. But victory is not just about overcoming. It is not just about making it through the night. No, victory is about living. It is about moving with a confidence that cannot be shaken, about knowing that every step you take is a step toward promise. It is about understanding that you do not have to fight for a victory that is already yours. Too often, the world teaches that triumph belongs only to the strong, that only the powerful may stand tall. But let me tell you, victory belongs to the weary who refuse to surrender. It belongs to the broken who still choose to rise. It belongs to the ones who press forward even when their hands tremble and their knees shake. Because true victory is not measured by ease, but by endurance. Think back to the days when you thought you would not make it, to the nights when sorrow wrapped itself around you like a cloak, when doubt whispered that you were lost. Yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still pressing forward. That is victory. That is proof that the power within you is greater than the weight against you. And do not let the world tell you that victory is only for the grand and the mighty, that only those with riches and thrones can claim triumph. No, victory is in the mother who rises before dawn to care for her children. It is in the man who labors with tired hands but does not give up. It is in the child who stumbles but keeps running, in the elder who has seen pain but still holds on to hope. Victory is not about circumstance. It is not about status, it is about soul. So lift your head, straighten your back, walk as if the ground beneath you was made for your steps. Speak as if the air itself carries your words with purpose. Do not shrink, do not tremble, do not let the weight of the world make you forget who you are. You were born to win. You were called to rise. No force in this world can steal the victory that was placed within you. And though there will be days when the burden feels too much to bear, though there will be moments when the fight seems endless, know this: your victory is assured, not because of what you have, not because of what you have done, but because of who you were made to be. The battle is already won. The chains are already broken. The path is already laid before you. You need only to walk it. The world does not always applaud a victor. It does not always welcome those who rise from the dust, those who defy the weight of oppression, those who dare to stand when the wind demands that they bow. No, the world is more comfortable with the defeated. It knows how to speak to the broken, how to hush those who have been silenced by sorrow, how to keep those who have been wounded from seeking their healing. But you, my dear listener, were not born to fit into the world's mold of failure. You were not created to live under the burden of yesterday's mistakes, nor to carry the labels that others have placed upon you. You were born to shatter the expectations of those who never saw your worth. You were born to defy the voices that said you could not, you would not, you should not. There will be moments when you question the victory that has been given to you. You will look at your reflection and see only the scars. You will replay the words of those who did not believe in you. You will measure yourself against the success of others and wonder if you are truly meant to rise. But let me tell you something. The measure of your victory is not found in the eyes of the world. It is not determined by applause, nor is it diminished by doubt. Your victory is woven into the fabric of your soul, stitched into your being with threads that cannot be unraveled. It is not something you must earn, it is something you must step into. But stepping into victory requires courage. It is not always an easy thing to do, to believe in your own strength when the world has spent so long convincing you of your weakness. It is not always simple to walk with confidence when the road is uncertain, when the path before you is lined with trials and tribulations. But let me ask you this: has doubt ever served you? Has fear ever built you a home? Has hesitation ever brought you peace? If the voices of the world have done nothing but press you down, then why continue to listen? If the weight of the past has done nothing but keep you bound, then why continue to carry it? To live in victory, you must be willing to let go of what was and embrace what is. You must unclench your fists, loosen your grip on the burdens you have held on to for too long, and allow yourself to move forward without the chains that once bound you. That is not to say that the past does not matter. No, the past is a teacher, a sculptor, a road that has led you to where you are now. But it is not your master. It does not have the power to define you unless you allow it to. And you, my dear one, were made for more than the ghosts of yesterday. There is a fire inside of you, even if you do not yet feel its warmth. There is a light that cannot be dimmed, even if the world has tried to snuff it out. You have faced trials, yes. You have known hardship, yes. But you have survived. You have endured. You have stood in the midst of the storm and remained. And that alone is proof that victory is not beyond your grasp. But let me tell you, Victory is not just about survival. It is not just about making it through the night. No, victory is about thriving. It is about waking up each morning with the certainty that you are not at the mercy of fate, that you are not bound to the limitations the world has set for you. It is about understanding that your life is not an accident, that your journey is not without purpose, that your steps are not without direction. The world will try to convince you otherwise. It will try to tell you that your worth is measured by what you own, by what you achieve, by the standards it has set. But true victory is not found in wealth, nor in status, nor in the fleeting admiration of others. No, true victory is found in the heart of the one who refuses to give up, in the spirit of the one who walks in confidence, even when the road is uncertain. And do not let anyone tell you that victory means perfection. Do not let anyone convince you that you must have all the answers, that you must never stumble, that you must always appear strong. No, my dear one, even victors have wounds. Even the strongest warriors bear scars. The measure of your triumph is not in how few times you have fallen, but in how many times you have risen. It is not in the absence of struggle, but in the refusal to be defeated by it. So stand tall, even when your knees shake. Speak boldly, even when your voice trembles. Walk forward, even when the path ahead is uncertain. For you were not meant to live in fear. You were not meant to shrink into the shadows, to dim your light so that others feel more comfortable. You were meant to shine. You were meant to rise. You were meant to walk in victory, not as one who hopes for it, but as one who already possesses it. There will be days when the enemy of your soul will whisper that you are alone, that no one sees you, that no one hears you, that no one cares. But hear me when I say this. You are seen, you are known, you are loved beyond measure. Your life is not a mistake, nor is your journey without meaning. Every tear you have shed, every trial you have faced, every battle you have fought, it has all been leading you to this moment. And in this moment, you have a choice. You can listen to the voices that seek to keep you down, or you can choose to walk in the victory that has already been set before you. Do not wait until you feel strong. Do not wait until the path is clear. Do not wait until the world applauds your steps. Step forward now as you are with what you have. Victory is not a destination, my dear one. It is a way of life. It is a knowing, a certainty, a confidence that no matter what comes against you, you will not be shaken. And though the road will not always be easy, though the battle will not always be light, know this. Every step you take in victory brings you closer to the fullness of who you were meant to be. Every time you refuse to bow to fear, every time you choose faith over doubt, every time you rise despite the weight of the world, you are proving that you are more than what the world has called you. You are victorious. You are unshaken. You are born to win. So do not shrink back. Do not hesitate. Do not allow the past to hold you prisoner when the future calls you forward. You were made for greatness. You were created to triumph. You were called to live in victory. Walk in it, own it, believe it. It is already yours. You see, victory is not a one-time event or a singular moment that you reach after a long struggle. Victory is not a destination to be achieved only once and then forgotten. It is a journey, one that you walk every day, through every trial, through every triumph, and through every setback. It is the way you carry yourself after you have been beaten down, and it is the way you rise again when the world would rather see you remain on the ground. There is power in the way you stand after a fall, in the way you pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and continue on. That is victory. The truth is, you may feel as if you have been forsaken, as if the world is too much for you to bear. There are moments when the weight of the world seems too heavy for your shoulders. And yes, it is true that you may stumble, you may falter, you may even fall down on occasion. But know this, Falling is not the end. It is simply part of the process of learning, of growing, of understanding just how strong you truly are. Falling is not failure. It is a lesson. It is a reminder that you are human, and humans are designed to rise. You may fall, but you were created to stand. And when you rise, my dear, you rise with power. You rise with strength that you didn't know you had, with resilience that you didn't realize was embedded in your bones. Every time you rise, you become stronger. Every time you face adversity and choose not to back down, you carve a path to your victory. The more you stand, the more you win. And the beautiful thing about victory is that it doesn't need to be loud. It doesn't need to be announced to the world. Victory is often quiet, personal, and intimate. It's the silent strength you carry when others expect you to break. It's the courage you show in the face of uncertainty, the dignity you maintain when the world wants to knock you down. Sometimes we mistakenly believe that victory is reserved for those who have everything going for them, those who have never known hardship, who have never been tested by fire. But the truth is, victory is born in the heart of those who struggle, those who face adversity head on, those who continue to fight even when they are weary. The greatest victories are often found in the stories of those who have been broken and yet continue to rise. The beauty of this victory lies in its ability to transform you. It does not simply give you a crown to wear nor a title to boast of. No, victory transforms your very being. It molds you into something new, something stronger, something more than you ever thought you could be. It takes you from a place of doubt to a place of certainty, from a place of weakness to a place of unshakable strength. And even though the world may try to place limits on you, to tell you where you can and cannot go, do not listen. You were never meant to be confined by the limitations that others place upon you. You were never meant to be shaped by the expectations of the world, but rather by the purpose that lives within you. You were born to break through boundaries, to go beyond what others say is possible. Your potential is limitless, and there is no force strong enough to stop you when you choose to live in victory. Do not let the setbacks of life convince you that you are not worthy of triumph. Do not let the failures of your past whisper lies about your future. You have within you everything you need to live in victory. The only thing standing between you and your success is the belief that you can achieve it. Once you believe in the victory that has already been set before you, once you claim the strength that is yours by birthright, nothing can stand in your way. There will always be forces that try to keep you down, forces that want you to believe you are not enough, that want you to believe that victory is for someone else, that success is beyond your reach. But you must reject these lies. You must stand tall in the face of adversity and declare, I am more than enough. I am destined for victory. And know that you do not walk this path alone. You are surrounded by a cloud of witnesses, those who have walked before you, those who have overcome their own battles, those who have faced their own storms and emerged victorious. You are not isolated in your struggle. You are part of a greater story, one that stretches beyond you, one that has been written by the struggles and triumphs of countless souls who have come before you. Their victories are your victories. Their strength is your strength. Their courage is your courage. As you continue to walk in victory, remember that each step you take is not just for you. Each victory you win is not just for your own glory. It is for those who will come after you, for those who will look to you as a beacon of hope, for those who will need to see that it is possible to rise above the storm, to rise above the doubts, to rise above the struggles of life. You are not just fighting for yourself. You are fighting for those who will need your story to believe in their own victory. Victory is not about living a life free from challenges, but about facing those challenges with unwavering confidence. It is about knowing that no matter what comes against you, You have the power to overcome it. It is about understanding that the strength to win was placed within you before you ever drew your first breath. It is about choosing every day in every circumstance to rise, to stand, and to claim what is rightfully yours. And so as you go forward, remember this: you are destined to win. You were born for victory. You were not created to be a bystander in your own life. You were created to be the hero of your own story, to walk in confidence, to rise above the noise of the world, and to claim the victory that has always been yours. Let nothing hold you back. Let no fear, no doubt, no setback can stand firm in the truth that you are more than a conqueror. You are a victor, and victory is your birthright. The journey is not always easy, but it is always worth it. The road may be long and the climb may be steep, but the view from the top is worth every step, every struggle, every moment of pain. You are more than capable. You are more than enough. You were born to win, and you will live in victory every day of your life. The road to victory is not paved with gold, nor is it lined with roses that bloom without thorns. No, this road is rough, uneven, carved through valleys of pain and mountains of resistance. It winds through the wilderness of doubt, where shadows whisper lies of inadequacy, and fear tries to tighten its grip around your soul. There are moments on this journey when you will question whether you were truly meant to win, moments when the weight of life presses so heavily upon your shoulders that you wonder if it is easier to surrender than to press forward. But let me tell you something. Victory is not for the faint of heart. It is not for those who wait idly for success to find them. It is for the bold, the relentless, the ones who refuse to bow to fear. It is for those who stand when others sit, who speak when others are silent, who rise when others choose to remain in the dust. And I know that rising is not always easy. I know that there are days when you feel exhausted, when your soul feels stretched beyond its limits, when the idea of fighting one more battle seems unbearable. But even in those moments, even in the depths of struggle, there is something within you that refuses to break. There is a fire inside of you that cannot be extinguished, no matter how fierce the winds may blow against you. That fire is your victory, your proof that you were born to win. It is not a question of if you will rise, but when. The world will always try to remind you of your failures. It will keep a record of your shortcomings. It will whisper reminders of the times you fell, the times you hesitated, the times you nearly gave up. But let me ask you, who has the power to define you? Is it the world with all its fleeting judgments and changing opinions? Or is it the truth that has been written into the very core of your being? The world may try to define you by your struggles, but your struggles are not your identity. They are merely the fire that has refined you, the pressure that has shaped you, the storms that have prepared you for the place you are meant to stand. You were never meant to live beneath the weight of shame. You were never meant to carry burdens that do not belong to you. You were never meant to let fear dictate your path. The moment you realize this, the moment you understand that nothing in this world has the power to strip away your victory unless you hand it over, that is the moment you step into true freedom. That is the moment you begin to walk in the fullness of who you were always meant to be. And yet victory is not just about breaking free from what holds you back. It is also about what you choose to embrace. It is about the way you carry yourself, the way you speak life into yourself when the world tries to speak defeat. It is about the way you choose faith over fear, the way you walk in confidence even when the path ahead is unclear. It is about waking up each morning with the certainty that you were not meant for mediocrity, that you were not placed on this earth to simply survive, but to thrive. There are people who will doubt you, who will look at your journey and say that you are reaching too high, that you are dreaming too big, that you should stay in your place and not hope for more. But those people do not know what is inside of you. They do not know the strength that has been planted within you, the purpose that drives you forward, the fire that cannot be contained. Their doubts do not define you. Their opinions do not determine your worth. The only voice that matters is the one that calls you to rise. You see, victory is not found in comfort. It is not found in complacency. It is not found in the places where you shrink yourself to fit into someone else's expectations. No, victory is found in the moments when you dare to step beyond what is familiar, when you choose to walk forward even when you cannot see the full picture. It is found in the leap of faith, in the risk of believing in yourself, in the courage to go beyond what you once thought was possible, in the courage to go beyond what you once thought was possible. There is a difference between those who win and those who remain bound by fear. It is not that those who win have never faced hardship. It is not that they have never felt afraid. It is that they chose not to let fear dictate their steps. They chose to keep walking even when the voices of doubt grew loud. They chose to rise even when the weight of the world tried to hold them down. They chose to believe in the victory that was already theirs, even when everything around them seemed to say otherwise. And I need you to understand something. You were not placed on this earth by accident. Your existence is not a mistake. You were created with intention, with purpose, with a destiny that cannot be erased. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are not a prisoner to the past. You are not defined by the moments when you fell. You are defined by the power within you to rise. But you must make a choice. Victory does not come to those who wait for it to be handed to them. It comes to those who claim it, who fight for it, who refuse to settle for anything less. It comes to those who reject the lies that say they are not enough, who silence the voices that tell them to shrink back, who push forward with relentless determination. There is power in the way you choose to see yourself. If you see yourself as weak, you will walk as if you have no strength. If you see yourself as defeated, you will live as if victory is beyond your reach. But if you see yourself as victorious, if you understand that you were born to win, then nothing, no setback, no failure, no trial can take that truth away from you.